I know there's a lot of questions, and I can't get to every question that possibly is because there's a lot. So we're gonna try to make this like beginning friendly as possible. And a whole lot of questions that's coming in the beginning is what kind of truck to get and what kind of trailer to get. So that's mainly what we're gonna get into today because that's the main question. When we do these Zooms, it's gonna be based off of the questions and stuff that's asked, but then also I want to kind of go in order. So, so y'all can get started quickly. But at the same time, you have to be in the class to really get in-depth detail of how to get started and actually making the same kind of money I'm making. But go ahead, D.
Okay. So tonight's big secret. I wanted to put everybody that's in here, at ease. I know because a lot of people, like I said, been hitting, saying, "Look, man, what I need to know this. I need to know that. I need to do that, man. Can I pick your brain? Can I do this? Can I do that?" So for real, guys, listen, we got y'all covered. We got y'all all the way covered. So tonight we're gonna start with this tonight. And then, of course, you already know we got the accelerator. So we got something sweet for y'all tonight. Something really, really good. All right. So we wanted to put y'all at ease and let you know it's okay. We got you. Don't have to do this alone. We're gonna walk you step by step. All right. All right. Cool. So again, like Anthony said, the big question is this: what do I buy? How do I find the right equipment? Has anybody had that question come across their mind? Put a one in the chat, put a fire emoji in the chat, something in the chat to let me know. Has anybody thought about this? Has anybody had that question? And yeah,
Everybody.
a lot, a lot. Corey says a lot. All right. So yeah. So what do I buy, and how do I find the right equipment? Okay. So Anthony, let's talk to them about some of the things that what they actually want to buy, and we're gonna talk about the truck, and then we're gonna talk about the trailer. But before we do that, I want you to just elaborate a little bit on how you actually went out there, and then you kind of made a mistake in the process of doing everything, right?
Yeah. So so it's like this. So when I first went looking for my truck, I used to see haulers riding. And the trucks that I saw a whole lot of Rams, and then I saw a whole lot of Fords. I ain't really see that many Chevys. Um, so I started asking questions on what is the difference. So I kept getting answers, but I'm gonna break it down to this right here. It's like Ford is like the Nike, the Ram is like the Adidas. So it's based off a brand. But the whole thing is, the reason why I was seeing a lot of Rams is because if I went and got a 2017 Ram 3500, which can haul a three-car hauler. The Ram 2500 hauls a two-car hauler. So a 2017 Ram had cost me, let's say at the time, $30,000. The Ford, a 2017 Ford, they wanted 45. So it was a $15,000 difference just for the name. But at the same time, the Cummins engine, just dealing with the Cummins, had a lot to do with the Dodge, with the Ram. The older model Fords had transmission problems. So now the newer Fords got better transmission than the Dodge, but the engines is better than the Fords. But when it comes to cost efficient, you'll want to get the Ram because now it does the same thing. you're just dealing with the brand. So that's why I go ahead and went with the Ram.
Right. And then you actually got the wrong truck in the midst of you.
Yeah, so my first truck was the Ram. My second truck was a Ram, but then I wanted to jump out and go ahead and get the Chevy. From being, out here in North Carolina, um, it was a lot of guys them riding the Chevys. So, what is it? What year around? Hold on, I'm gonna get to that. Um, so I went and jumped out there and I got the Chevy. I got two Chevys, and both Chevys the transmission went out because at the same time it's not made for hauling because you need that like when it comes to the depth system inside the Rams and just the engine, like for the force for this to pulling, the Chevy wasn't made for it. So I ended up losing money by even going to get the Chevy. I never tried the Ford. So so that's why Rams are the best to me.
Right. And
But it was a question. Somebody said, What year Rams?" So period. I wouldn't get an older model truck because the truck. So you gotta understand this: the truck is the business. If the wheels pop, the engine goes, the transmission. I mean, is you got to spend money. Like if the wheels don't run, the business is gone. The business is over. So the truck is the business. So I would get a newer truck as possible. Like I came home in 2017, so I ended up getting a 16. Um under 100,000 miles because I want to put the miles on it. I don't want nothing that somebody already put the miles on. So I wanted to put the miles on it. So um I would say whatever year it is, I wouldn't go no lower than 3 years, 3 years, and I wouldn't, as far as miles wise, 120 at the most. Anything, once you get into 100, warranty, you gotta understand this, especially when you go get your truck and dealing with the warranty. If you can't get unlimited warranty, because one time I went and got a truck and they wouldn't give me unlimited warranty, and one time they did give it to me. But if you can't get unlimited warranty, there's no need to get the warranty. I will tell you why. You're hauling vehicles out of state. You're gonna put miles on. You're gonna put miles on the truck. So you're gonna kill the warranty within 3, 4 months. So it ain't need to get the warranty, in my opinion. Um, but so I will definitely get no, no, if I can find a 2021, 22 with low miles, then yeah. But otherwise that I do a 20, 23, 22, 23, 24, something like that. But otherwise that nah. And then another thing you got to watch out for in going to get these trucks, which is a whole nother conversation, and that's with the class. But there's a lot of stuff dealing with the death situation. So, but that's a whole nother thing. But I definitely get that right there. But now dealing with the trailer, which we're gonna get into that, I do an older model trailer. But go ahead, D.
okay, so like we were just talking about, common mistakes that people make when they're trying to get their equipment for car hauling is one, buying the wrong truck, and two, buying the wrong trailer. All right. So we know that. So we already talked about the truck. We're gonna get into talking about the trailer. But here's some points that I want you guys to know, or that we want you guys to know. So when it comes to what you need, first we just talked about that, a truck that can handle the work without requiring a CDL. Okay. All right. He already told you something with a later model, 22, 23, 24, if you can. Because like you said, the truck is the business. If the truck go down, you ain't making no money. right? So we need to make sure that we got a truck that can handle it. Now, the other thing about the getting that truck is making sure you got the right size engine, right? So we can't get Ford F-150, right? You ain't running out there with a Ford F-150, right? You're not
No, you
running.
can do it with the F-150. No, you can do it with the well, no, not with the F-150. You're correct. Keep on going, D. You're right. Go ahead.
Right, you can't do it with F-150, right? You can do it with a 25, right? The 2500, or let's talk about
The F two
Ram,
fifty or the Ram 2500, you can do it with a two car hauler.
two car
With
haul.
the Ram 2500 though, they got trailers out there that's kind of like low boys that you can get away with doing that. I just don't recommend it because you want the longevity, with the strain. So
Right.
I would say the 3500. But you can try the 2500. It'll work. I just don't know how long it'll work. You know what I mean? But people definitely get away with it.
Okay. Right. So we were looking at that. We looking at that 3500, the dualies and things like that.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all got that. All right. Real quick. Any questions? Any more questions on the truck? I'm gonna just wait a few seconds because some you guys might be on a delay. So any more questions on that? Wait a few.
Yeah, I got a question on the truck. So I be seeing a lot of these dually trucks, they don't have the bed set up on the bed. So I was wondering like what is that? Like do that have something to do with minimizing, I mean, taking some weight off the truck or what? Like the bed be gone, just be like the fifth wheel or something up on it.
So I had one of those too. So but how I got mine was one of my drivers ended up messing the bed up, so I ended up taking it off. Um, but that really don't do anything. What you gonna end up running into a problem with? Because I was mad when I ended up buying when it was off because now I don't got nowhere to store nothing. Because you want to put your toolbox or all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And everything can't fit inside the trailer compartments, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, you can have everything in the back seat, you know what I mean? So it's more cooler like, but if you want to use your truck just for that, you know what I mean? Cool. Then you don't really matter about the back seat and all that. But if you're trying to unhook and still use your truck to still drive and all that kind of stuff like that or whatever, then I recommend keeping the shell on there.
All
And
right, so
so,
now it don't have my fault for cutting you off, but it don't have
yeah,
nothing to do with like the weight or nothing like that.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
Mm-mm. I mean, but, like, even if so, that bed ain't. They really don't wear nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then dealing with the weight, the weight is the weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you drive, which is a whole nother topic, but you already know once you go over the scale empty with nothing, even with that bed off, with no cars on the top, it's still gonna weigh 15,000 pounds. That's what it's gonna say. So then
Okay.
you got to put the 26 on top. But with the shell on it, with the shell off of it, and you still go on that scale, that's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say 15,000.
Okay.
So that's mainly just the preference, like I said, whether you want to store stuff and all that. So
Okay, we got another question for Corey. It says, are the trailers fifth wheel or gooseneck?
that's on you. You can change the sleeve out. Um, like I remember I was transporting these trailers. They was put these y'all probably seen them, but like these small enclosed trailers. I had a contract with the people in the country in Georgia, and you had needed to have the fifth wheel. You can have the gooseneck because the gooseneck is like is just like it's loose. You know what I'm saying? It's like more. I would recommend the fifth wheel, even though I like the gooseneck, but that's because I've been driving for a minute, so I know what to put at the top, not to fly around the curve. It's just more stuff that you really got to pay attention to when it comes to the gooseneck. Ain't no like being on your phone, not ain't none of that going on. But I'm just saying, with the fifth wheel, it's stern. You know what I mean? It's stern. You know what I mean? And a lot of companies them like you to have that. I mean, it ain't no thing of you can't deal with them or not, but you know what I mean? That's just a preference too. You know what I mean? But you just got to pay more attention when you be seeing like calls and stuff tipped over. It got a lot to do with the gooseneck. 9 times out of 10, it's definitely not it's not the fifth wheel.
All right, cool, cool. All right. So let's move into the trailers. So the next thing we want to make sure that we have is a properly derated trailer, because that right there is the cheat code to being able to run without a CDL, right? So, so just for those who don't know, for those who saw the video, we had technical difficulties last time, but this time we got people in here, so we good. So those who don't know what derating is, just kind of explain to them what derating is real quick, and then you can jump into the trailers.
Well, I'm just gonna do it all in one real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all like kind of going hand in hand.
Okay.
But now with your trailers, right? Dealing with the new trailers now these days, you can call these companies and they gonna they got the trailer that they're selling already derated. They got the non-CDL and the CDL trailers. I mean that's been advertised everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But them trailers are 17,000 dollars, $20,000. Like then, so now you want to go ahead and finance it, get into having a payment. Um, they got the options where you can rent to own to. You know what I mean? Probably put like $500 down. Like it's real easy to get them trailers, right? But now you're adding on bills. Like that's one thing that you want to try to eliminate much as possible from your bills, what you got to pay. Like because all of that is coming out of all that coming out of a car. So my preference is what I tell you is the same thing that they're doing on selling you a non-CDL trailer. You can go and find one of these trailer on Facebook Marketplace real easy. And all you got to do is, if you don't got the money to go ahead and do it. Like when I first came home, I had $4,500. But I jumped out there, had a box truck. That's a whole nother conversation. We'll never do it again. Box truck transmission went out, sold the box truck for $5,000. I had $4,500. Financed my truck. I took that $4,500. Facebook Marketplace, found one in Georgia. Went and got that trailer, and I had to get it derated because it was a CDL. What I did was I called the manufacturer. Called the manufacturer, and I told them, I said, I want to run a non-CDL trailer. I had to give them the VIN, gave them the VIN. They derated it for me. Took it to 12,000. Sent me the sticker. After that, I found out, then I went ahead and I, I actually start calling people who wanted to derate their trailer. I charged them $500. I said, man, I get the trailer derated. All I did was just call the manufacturer, got to get them, then I'm getting their sticker. I was making money off of getting them the same thing I'm telling you, all you do is call the manufacturer. Once they sent me the sticker, I had a bad axle. One axle cost me probably like, I think it was less than $1,000. I had to fix probably like a couple of lights. I probably spent total getting it all together, probably about, I want to say, man, probably 7,000 I probably spent all in total. So I'm saying that to say, even if I had to go get all new axles on that old trailer or whatever, all I need is space to carry 3 cars. Why am I gonna go ahead and spend 17 to $20,000 and get in debt to go and buy a new trailer, non-CDL trailer, when I can go ahead and make me a non-CDL trailer? But if you don't got the change to do it, just if you go to Facebook Marketplace, see what it costs, go to your bank, Navy Federal, however you're gonna do it. Get them to get you a check. Just go ahead and get a buyer's order from the people. Go take it to the bank, and you go ahead and finance the little $3,500, $5,000. It beats 17,000, 20,000. That's free game, man. I'm telling you.
Super free game.
Don't, huh?
That's super free game.
Yeah, save money, man. Save money all the way around the board, man. I'm telling you. I know I spent less than $10,000, way less than that anyway, because I think I probably had the credit cards and I did most of the stuff with, like on the credit card and all that. But I know I was rolling, making money, you know, and I ain't really spend no change, man. And I ain't look back. I've been doing this 8 years.
All right. All right. So, any questions on the trailers, fellas? Any ladies and gentlemen, I should say. We got some ladies in here. Any questions?
Yeah. All right. So when you how you know if the trailer like CDL and non-CDL?
But because it'll say it on the plate.
So it say if it's for CDL up on the plate or
No.
non-CDL.
So if you look at it, it got to be 12,000 pounds. It should say 12,000 pounds. It's gonna say if it's not, it's gonna be 14,000 or 13,000.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So now, but you want it to be 12,000. So
Okay.
that's why you're a call. So that's why you're a call to go ahead and get it derated, so it can be 12,000. Because the truck, because the Ram 3500, if you open the door, it's gonna say 14,000. So now that 14 got to equal up with that trailer, which is 12. So now that's 26, right?
Oh, okay. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any more questions? Just waiting a few seconds for people to type in if you're typing, come off mute if you're coming off mute, whichever one you want to do.
Yeah, but real fast too though. Um, but like dealing with that weight, it's two. I actually break it down in the bonus videos. But I will go ahead and give it to y'all. Dealing with that weight when it comes to the non-CDL thing is two kind of weights. You got the paper weight and then you got the physical weight, right? I'm gonna break this down another time, but I'm just gonna say it just real quick. The physical weight don't got that. When I say the physical weight, meaning with the cars, with the trailer, with the truck, the trailer, and the cars on top. The other one is the paperweight, meaning like the actual physical. How I said you go into the door and you're reading the number, the registration to the trailer when you're going back there and actually looking at it. That right there is a combination for 26 in itself. That right there don't got nothing to do with when you hook the trailer up to the truck, because the trailer and the truck, just like I said, when you take that over the scale, that way it's 15. Now you only can put 26 on top of the actual truck. I mean, on top of the trailer. Now, if you got the CDL, you want to put a CDL driver in it. Now you can go ahead and take the weight up on the actual plate and go ahead and put your CDL driver in and just take it over to 26. So, you know what I mean? So it's two kind of weights that you have to dealing with that actually got to, meet the 26 requirement. But go ahead there.
Yeah. But again, we're gonna break all that down inside of the program. And so we'll make sure that you understand that if you didn't follow. So we're gonna make sure you understand that. Again, we're gonna be here with you. All right. Any more questions? Did we miss anybody? Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. So we all know, get a better understanding of what you guys need, what you guys need to go get. Can I get a one in the chat, a yes in the chat? Are we all understanding? We got a little bit better, got some questions answered, know what we're doing, or we got an idea? Let me know in the chat. Use the Twitter fingers. Let me know what's going on. Yes, sir. Yes, got yes from Torrent. All right, cool. All right. So now let's talk about this business accelerator. All right, this Carl Holland business accelerator for just a second. All right. Now, in this business accelerator, we talked about having the right truck, having the right trailer. In the accelerator, we're going to give you the exact truck and trailer specs to look for. We already talked a little bit about it. Remember the 35, make sure you try to get a 35. You know, you can do it with a 25, but you might run into some issues. So we're going to talk about the exact truck and trailer specs. Again, we talked about a little bit here. Then we're going to break down on what to avoid. Any of the dealership scams, the overweight setups. We talked a little bit about that. All right, like I said, you're going to go deeper into it when we get in there. Also showing where you can find the equipment. All right, we already gave you one jewel, Facebook Marketplace. All right, we'll show you where to find more of the equipment and how to buy smart. Okay, if you're in the Discord, you seen him put another one in there where he was getting trailers like he said, you can get those all the time, and there's things in every single state, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk you through that stuff. We're going to give you everything you need to know, hold you by the hand, and walk you through there so you can get that together. All right. So inside the business accelerator, again, for those of you guys who don't know, you get the live training with Anthony. Okay, just kind of like what we did tonight. A live training. We're gonna have the PowerPoint. It's gonna be up there. You're gonna see what you need to do. We're going to give you some homework to go out and do because we're about executing. Remember, if you guys are in Discord, I'm always in there talking about execute. That's the word. You can get the information, but it does nothing until we execute, right? So we're going to be like we're in here. You get that live training, be able to ask questions on that call. I got a call from Anthony today. Or was it yesterday? Either way, it doesn't matter. Today, I got a call from him today where he says, look, I want to serve my people at a higher level. I don't care if I got to, do whatever I got to do, but I'm going to do whatever I got to do to serve these people at a higher level. So he is implementing into this program, which wasn't in here before, but it's in here now, one-to-one calls directly with him. So you'll be able to get on the phone with him, you and him, all right? On the phone, long as you schedule your time, all right? And that time going to be through Monday through Friday from one time to another time. I don't know. His schedule.
We'll figure that out.
Well, we'll figure that out. But the schedule will be up. All you have to do is click on the button. So when you become a member, all you have to do is click on it. We're going to click on the link, go on there, schedule your time. Boom, you on the phone with him, okay? A lot of people been asking for that. So he said, yo, let's do it. All right, cool. Then you're going to get inside the private Telegram group. This is another place where you can give question and answer at any time, okay? Type in there, all right? If you can't get on the phone, if it's not a training time, can't get on the phone, hop in that Telegram, all right? So we're trying to support you in every way possible so you can get your questions answered so we can get you on the road. It does us no good if you're not on the road, all right? Because if you don't get your stuff up on the road, then guess what? You guys are going back and saying, man, I've been in that class, man. I ain't get nothing set up. All right. So we have a vested interest in you to get you out there rolling. And so we're gonna coach you, we're gonna stay on top of you. All right. And we're gonna give you the support that you need. So don't say, hey man, don't suffer in silence, is what I'm trying to say. Don't sit over there suffering in silence. You got the help. We're gonna be there with you. All right. So then you're going to get access to the private group. That's where we're going to house all the replays, which brings me to the next point, access to the live class replays. So in the private group.
Hey, let me cut you off real quick, but I just got to say this. The only thing that would set you back in this, because I had somebody who I actually was signing them up under my authority. He had his truck, he had his trailer. Man told me that his driver license and all stuff was good, this and that. So I'm like, all right. He only know whether his driver license and stuff is good. He went and got his truck, trailer, and all that. I went and sent his information in, and my insurance people said, no, stay away from him. He went end up paying for the insurance. And right now, this is probably about 6 months ago. They calling right now to seeing if what I want to do with that truck and trailer. Because his insurance was so high, he couldn't even maintain. If you paying a 3,000 a month insurance, bro, nah, nah. So if your driving record is not, I mean, it don't got to. You don't want to run into that problem. So now, if you just want to get in it to set it up to put drivers in it, you know what I mean? So that's another thing. You know what I mean? So, but I'm just letting you know, if you're trying to say, okay, I'm gonna set my business up and do it, but I want to drive myself, just be careful on making sure that the driving record is decent.
Yes, sir.
But go ahead.
Yes, sir. So in that private group, the replays go in there. So you can go back and watch the replays, just like we're doing tonight. The replay will be there. You go in there, you grab the replay. Then you're going to get the car hauling equipment buyer's guide. So everything we talk about when we get to that section of where we're talking about buying the things and deep diving, we're going to give you the buyer's guide so you can have something that you can go off of when you're actually out there looking for your equipment. All right. Also, we're going to give you that scaling blueprint because that was the thing that helped Anthony go from 1 truck to 5 trucks. So we got a blueprint to help you get there to at least 3 trucks. Okay. To at least 3 trucks. If you follow the blueprint, you can get there as long as you do the steps, step by step by step. Then we're going to give you some phone script templates that you can use to talk to people. And when we get to this part, talking about going up under other people's authority, we'll give you the phone script of what to say to them when you're doing that. There's also a way that you can go up under this authority, but it's a process. And again, we'll talk about that more when we get inside, once you become a member. All right. So that's what you're going to be learning. So this whole package, the 8 weeks, not the 8 weeks, but the live training with Anthony, a $3,500 value. The one-to-one calls, literally jumping on the phone, a $3,500 value. Private Telegram group, $397 value. The private group, $1,200 value. Access to the live class replays, a $297 value. Car hauling equipment buyer's guide, $47 value. Scaling blueprint, the $597 value, and the phone script templates. So this whole package is worth over $9,000. Okay, but guess what? We are not going to charge you $9,000 for this. Okay, so you can wipe your forehead. Okay. We're not going to charge you $9,000 for this. But if you guys are ready to change your life and you're ready to make the money that can give you a life of freedom, then be prepared to be blown away at what the investment is going to be. All right. Now, I'm just going to go ahead on jump to this. All right. All right. We believe in rewarding people who are action takers. All right. Action takers. And we're only taking 15 people. Okay. We already got some people who already signed up. We're only taking 15 people. And so we're going to do something special for you guys tonight. All right. We're going to do something special for you guys tonight. For tonight only, until 11:59 tonight, this is what we're going to do. You guys know, you guys have seen the emails, been around, you got the emails, you watched the videos before, and you've seen that we priced this at $997. If you got in early, you got in at $797. But what we're doing for the people here, because we're doing something special for you guys tonight, is we're going to let you in for $297. All right. Then it's going to be $97 a month. Now, there's no contract. You can cancel anytime. Okay. No contract, cancel anytime, no question asked. $297 gets you in, gets you access to everything for your 30 days. Once you finish the 30 days, then you go on $97 a month until you get everything ready and rolling. So you can stay in as long as you want, still get the phone call, still get everything. All right. Who's excited about that? Who's excited about that?
Me?
Yeah. All right. So what we about to
Cause I
do?
be excited. Cause I be excited when I see other people make money. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like to see somebody start from the ground up, especially like how I did. You know what I'm saying? And see them on their way. The next thing you know, they got 1 truck, then they got 2, then they got 3. You know what I mean? They make me feel good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm only gonna add on probably five more trucks under my authority. You know what I'm saying? We're
Right.
gonna do the 15 as far as helping. You know what I mean? But I'm only gonna add on like five more.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do right now, guys, is I'm gonna get this link. All right, I'm gonna get this link up here for you guys, and I'm gonna drop it in the chat right here. Let me go ahead and pull it. So if you're ready to rock with us tonight, man, $297 gets you in. Remember, we're only taking 15 people on this one. All right. Let me get this link right here. And tell them what kind of value that they're getting with this. You giving them a whole business for what, $300? Yeah, you get it done fast enough, it's $300, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, I'm just gonna say this: if out of the ones who come in under my authority, they're gonna make the same amount of money I make. You know what I mean? And one truck, what like one truck, and I always do low ball numbers because I don't like to do the pipe dreams. You know what I mean? That's why I got my income tax up there to show you how much I made. Because I believe in numbers, but by saying it. So one truck, you make 120,000 a year for on one truck.
One truck.
Like nobody, like who make like people struggle to make 20, 30,000 dollars a year. 60,000, you think, you know what I mean? Like that's good living. You know what I mean? So we talking about one truck, long as you keep it running. I don't got nothing to do with that. I don't got nothing to do with you keeping the truck running. Because stuff do happen, things do happen. But as long as you keep that truck running, right? Now, starting off though, not running on my authority and all that, you can still make decent money. It is going to take a minute, but you're going to still go ahead and get certain loads, certain cars. You got to get your ratings up and things like that. But you're still gonna make you some decent money. You know what I mean? You just ain't gonna make the money that I make right now. You know what I'm saying? So the value is already, I mean, it's already good on that alone.
Yes, sir. All right. So listen, I
You
just
know?
dropped that link in the chat. If you go ahead and click on that link down there, that'll take you to the page. You can go ahead and get registered. Listen, I will get registered right now. So you grab that $297 value deal, then it's $97 a month. Again, there's no contract. You can cancel anytime. All right. No contract. You can cancel anytime. All right. Now, Q&A part. Q&A part. Do you have any questions about what we just talked about? Any text questions about this package? $297 to $97 a month until 11:59 p.m. tonight. Any questions? Just leaving the floor open for a little bit because I know some of you guys will be on a delay. Anything like that. All right, cool. Okay, got one. I may have missed it, but with the package, does it discuss equipment financing? Yes. Yes, we're going to talk about financing, especially there's a couple of financing options with the trailer. There's a bunch of finance options for people with good credit and for people with bad credit. All right. So we got a couple of those financing options. We're also going to dive in a little bit on business credit. All right. So you can help yourself with some business credit so you can get your business credit rated up so that you can qualify for some more things. Does that answer your question? Yes, sir. Okay, cool. Any more questions?
Yeah, but it's gonna be like hands on though. Like you're gonna really, really as long as you do everything like step by step, you're gonna succeed, man. You know what I mean? And like I say, as long as that truck stay running, you keep that truck running, bro, you can make some money. I mean, like I say, I've been doing it for 8 years, 8 years, and I ain't had to go back to the streets. And that's all it was for me. You know what I mean? It was for me not going back to the streets. You know what I mean? So
It says, did the package offer unlimited miles as well? Tell me what you mean unlimited miles
what do you mean?
within the warranty. You talk about
I
with
don't
the
got hey, what do you say?
does a does the packages offer unlimited miles? Talk about within the warranty.
No, no, I don't got nothing to do with the trucks and all that stuff. Like
Oh, as far
when
as
you go into the when you go into the dealership, that's what you're working out at the dealership. I don't got nothing to do with that right there. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you advice on what to ask for. I can assist you on seeing what kind of warranty that they offer you and things of that nature. That's right there with what we can get on the phone about. You know what I mean? And I'd be able to say, nah, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But they will tell you, they will tell you they can't give you unlimited. My first truck, they told me they couldn't get it to me. I end up getting it probably like with my third, fourth truck or whatever that I did go get finance. They end up getting it to me. So it's all who you're dealing with, you know what I mean? And they want to make that sale, you know what I'm saying? And they know what you're doing with the truck. So you need that if you can get that.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because it's like I said, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get deep into that into the once we get into the to the program. But there's a couple of there's a couple of things that you like you said you might want to be saying when you're in there trying to finance those vehicles. Um, and so we want to so he's going to guide you on what to say, what to ask for, all of that stuff, and then also help you with that deal. All right, cool. So yeah, so we're gonna be talking about that. We're gonna talk about the financing. Um, so we'll put you at ease. We're gonna give you that financing the financing game with that. Any more questions? What's the best type of dually to get? That we already talked about that, didn't
Yeah. Can't they go rewind this and look at listen to the beginning?
we? Yeah. When we put it out.
Yeah, we gonna put it out and you'll be able to go ahead and rewind it because we talk all about that. But I will say my preference though, if you don't want to go rewind it, I go into detail about it. I love the Ram 3500. The Ram 3500 get you there. It get you there.
All right, cool, cool. So I'm dropping that link in that chat right now. Again, go ahead and click on it right now. Jump in there. Remember,
Yes, sir.
297, $97 a month after that. No contract. No contract. Cancel anytime. All right. Okay, cool. All right. So another successful one. Got some good information in here. Think everybody questions got answered. Um, man, thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for showing up. If you're not in the Discord, jump in the Discord. If you're not following, follow. You got to be following because you're here. But YouTube coming out, so stay on lookout for that. Um,
Hey,
uh,
what that last message say right there?
one more, and once I get this package, how long will it take for me to start?
Well, that's on you.
Yeah.
But that's on you. I mean, how fast you ready to go get your trailer and your truck? So it's all on you. I'm here. So soon as you hop on there and you go to set up that first call, the first question I'm gonna ask you is, basically what you ready to do. You know what I mean? It's all on you. Is you ready to go get your truck? Is you ready to go get your trailer? However we gonna do it. You know what I mean? We gonna figure it out.
Right. Yeah, we also need to know about, about business and everything, where your business set up and shoot, really setting up the business.
I'm gonna tell you this though, right? I'm just gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you if a person was to say to me, why should why should I not even listen to you, but deal with you and not somebody else, right? I'm gonna tell you this. Already it's already 200 and something, about $300, right? We know that that's not no money, but that's some money, right? But in this game, and you wanting to do this right here, I don't like to spend money. So I take cheap routes, but they be smart ideas and smart routes. Like
All being
real
frugal.
quick. I'm just gonna say this real quick, and I'm just gonna say this for another day. Dodge tried to charge me $10,000. And I actually got the footage, and I'm gonna put the footage out on my YouTube. They tried to charge me $10,000 when my truck had broke down because they're gonna come up with all this stuff that need to be done and all that. That same $10,000 they try to charge me, I end up paying $1,500 for somebody else to do the same job that they was gonna do. And I had warranty, but just so happened the warranty didn't cover whatever it was. So that's one thing. I'm gonna save money. I'm gonna save money, save a lot of money, because I don't like to spend my. Listen, if I'm gonna spend money, it's gonna be on what I like to spend it on. But with this game right here, it's all about saving the most money you can save because you never know when I'm gonna have a breakdown. I never know when the truck gonna need this. I never know this, and I'm gonna need that cushion to actually spend. So I need to save all the money I can because you're gonna have a breakdown. Stuff going to happen. So I need my cash so I keep my business going. If I spend it all, I ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? That's when you can start going to your credit cards and all that stuff, but that's a whole nother thing. But I'm telling you, man, like this really put you in the game though. I'm gonna put you all the way in the game.
Sir, all the way in there. Right. Listen, hey, it's gonna be two type of people. It's only two type of people. People who gonna make things happen, and people gonna complain that they can't make things happen because they ain't making a move to make things happen. So listen, if you're one of those people, if you're anything like me, I know you're out there and you're a go-getter. And the people who do the best, right? The people who do the best are the people who make quick decisions. And like I said before, there's a book called Think and Grow Rich. In that book, one of the ways the book is about thinking and growing rich, obviously. But in one of the ways he said to get to that money, to get to that bag, to get the rich is a person who makes quick decisions. A person who doesn't make quick decisions is somebody who's going to be lagging behind and broke for a long time. Some of us kind of we get stuck in analysis paralysis. Okay, what if this doesn't happen? What if this doesn't happen? But if we keep playing that picture in our head, what if it doesn't? What if it doesn't? Then it's going to make us stop doing things. All right. It's going to put us, it's going to make us apprehensive and we're not going to want to go out there and do things. But what if we decide to start saying, hey, look, what happens if it does work? What happens if I do go out there in 30 days, get myself set up, get my truck, I'm on the road 30 days, and I make $15,000 in the first 60 days doing this? Then what my life going to look like? The last thing I'm going to leave you with, the question is this. If you're working a 9 to 5 and you're out there and you're struggling or you're living check to check or you're working for somebody and you don't really like it, you want to be out on your own, you want to do your thing, and you just don't like the situation that you're in right now. My question to you is, how long do you want that to be your story?
Hey, well, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler. I keep that job and hey, listen, that's just me. I keep that job and just put a truck on the road and put somebody in it. So I can make all the money. You know what I mean? But that's me. But at the same time, once you get one, two trucks and you want to manage it and all that, you'll end up quitting the other job. So I understand what you're saying though, D.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. So again, man, I see we got more people coming in. It's great. It's great, man. It's great to be talking with y'all. Hey, listen, the Business Accelerator is on. The link is there. Jump in it. We'll talk to y'all soon, man. Have an amazing night and stay locked on to the Instagram, to the YouTube, to everything. All right. All right, y'all have a nice night.